Hey food adventurers, welcome back to Growing Healthy Kids. Lesson 5 is called Leaves and Fun in the Sun. After watching this lesson, you will learn to take a stretch break, describe what leaves do for the plant, and try a leafy green vegetable using your senses. So let's get started. The last time we met, Miss Jennifer gave you a mission. Do you remember what that mission was? That's right, Julius. You were to try a stem vegetable. Great job on completing mission 4. I don't know about you food adventurers, but I've been looking at my screen too long and I need a break. Before we jump into our lesson, let's all take a break together and do some stretching. Before we start, here are some reminders. You don't have to stand up. Just make sure you have enough personal space around you to follow along. To begin, reach your arms to the sky. Feel the stretch. And as you are stretching, I want you to think of a fruit or vegetable you want to try. Did you think of one? Looks like Julius thought of Brussels sprouts. All right, for our next stretch, you can either reach your arms to one side and stretch, or you can bend your knee to one side and lean in. Can you feel the stretch? Before we prepare to switch sides, I want you to think of a root vegetable you want to try. Go ahead and switch sides using either your arms or your knee. Did you think of a root vegetable? Of course, Julius thought of carrots. Now relax. For our last activity, we are going to practice some balancing. Practicing your balance is very important because it keeps your body strong, just like how balancing your diet keeps your body strong. You can choose to think how you balance your diet, or you can follow along with me. Begin with standing on 2 feet and slowly lift one leg off the ground. Did you think of how you can balance your diet? That's right, you can use the My Plate. Eating foods from all 5 food groups is what will help you balance your diet. All right, go ahead and switch legs. Or you can choose to answer this question. How much of our plate should be fruits and vegetables? That's right, half. We also need 1 hour of movement and play a day. All right, great job, food adventurers. Go ahead and relax. Thanks for taking a stretching break with me. Now I'm ready to learn. Remember our 6 plant parts? Well, today we are going to learn more about the leaves. There are different kinds of leaves we eat, such as lettuce leaves like romaine, spinach, kale, and collard greens. Do you have a type of leaf you like to eat? I know Julius loves to eat romaine. Let's take a closer look at some leafy green vegetables that are growing in the garden. If you remember from our first lesson, I thought leaves had the best job because they get to hang out in the sunshine. But there is more going on than meets the eye. Leaves actually work very hard to provide food for the rest of the plant. And to do this, they need a few things, like sunlight. The leaves absorb this sunlight and turn it into food for the plant. Leaves also need air. And leaves also need water. They can get this from the sky when it rains, or they can get it from you when you water your garden. And finally, leaves need nutrients from the soil. Thank you, roots, for absorbing the water and nutrients from the soil. Remember, the stem is what transports the water and nutrients for the leaves. Great teamwork, plant parts. Today's recipe uses a leafy green plant part, kale. Just make sure you ask an adult for help and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before you begin. To make the crunchy baked kale chips, you will need kale, oil, and salt. First, rinse the kale leaves under running water and cut or tear the leaves off from the thick stem. Make sure to dry the leaves thoroughly with a clean kitchen towel, salad spinner, or on a paper towel before preparing. Tear or cut the leaves into bite-sized pieces and place them into a large bowl. Drizzle oil over the kale leaves and toss them together to coat. Place the kale leaves on a cookie sheet and sprinkle them with salt. Bake in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the edges are brown. Just remember to ask an adult for help, especially with cutting and using the oven. Enjoy! To find the Crunchy Baked Kale Chips recipe, be sure to check out foodhero.org. With the help of an adult, you can make this recipe at home and be a food adventurer by using adjectives, the words we use to describe things. You can use these words to describe what the kale chips look like, feel like, smell like, and taste like. When Julius tried the kale chips, he thought they looked dark green. They felt crispy, smelled a little burnt, and tasted salty. How will you describe your kale chips? This reminds me, I have another mission for you. Are you ready? Your new mission is to try a leafy green vegetable. For an extra challenge, be on the lookout for one you have never tried before. Don't forget, you can try it using any or all of your senses. Welcome back to Rainbow Gardens. Earlier, Julius and I made a delicious recipe using kale. Kale is especially high in vitamin A, a vitamin that supports our eye health. Julius liked the kale so much, we thought we would plant some kale today. In Oregon, kale is very easy to grow year-round because it likes cool soils and moist temperatures. You can even grow kale in the wintertime. You can try planting kale or other leafy greens in your garden. Just make sure to plant late spring and early summer before the hot weather comes. This is because many leafy greens will begin to flower when the temperature gets too warm. But this isn't a bad thing. Actually, without the flower, bees wouldn't be able to help the plant produce seeds for more leafy greens. Thank you, bees. Another type of leaf that is fun to grow are microgreens. Microgreens are just mini versions of plants. No garden? No problem. You can try planting microgreens in a container. Empty milk cartons or other containers work great. Just remember, give your seeds soil, water, and sunlight. Learn more about microgreens and how to grow them by checking out the Oregon Harvest for Schools video on microgreens. To find more information on gardening, including the Oregon Harvest for Schools video, be sure to check out foodhero.org and click on the Gardening tab. There you will find tips for planting seeds like microgreens, activity sheets, and more videos on how you can grow your own garden at home. All right, food adventurers, great job today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.